day down. Tell me why I don't like Mondays. Tell me why I don't like Mondays. Tell me why I don't like Mondays. I wanna shoot. The whole day down.
Hello people, welcome to IWPC 316 here as we look back at the last Raw before WrestleMania 29 from Washington DC. The last couple of Monday Night Raws have been pretty shit, let's call it a spade. But Brian, do you think WWE at least put some effort into Monday Night?
Nope. They already know people are going to buy the show Sunday and they don't give a shit anymore.
Has this been the worst effort you've ever seen for a WrestleMania card?
Pretty much.
Because we had bad...
The only thing you can go is maybe back early on in the Monday Night Wars, everyone knew that everyone was going to buy their pay-per-views, so they didn't have to do much of a build-up, but they had to deliver on the show.
Yeah, but WrestleMania's always felt special. Like, people can go back to WrestleMania 14. I know that's not everyone's favourite WrestleMania, but it's still a big-time feeling to finally see Austin win the belt. The next year, to finally see Austin The Rock go one-on-one. Like, they built that up so long. And you also had The Undertaker going up against Kane at WrestleMania 14. So, like, as bad as them WrestleManias are received now, they always had that big-time build-up. Like, you look at this year's WrestleMania, Jack Rio...
Well, I mean, yeah, they haven't really plugged anything, and the times for WrestleMania came out today, the proposed times, and the world title match is getting 10 minutes.
Like, as I was just about to say, Del Rio and Swagger. Swagger is a guy who's been missing for 6 months. Del Rio has been a guy that's been constantly disappointing. Like, I think Del Rio is a good wrestler. He's just not left doing stuff. Brock Triple H, we've seen before, and they had a poor match at SummerSlam, let's be honest. Rock Cena, we've seen this before. I know they're trying to bring it down a different angle. Still doesn't take away the fact that we've seen it before. Undertaker Punk, it's a small bit different, but yet again, we've seen this feud before.
Yeah, the only difference in this feud and the last one is the fact that you have the Paul Bearer stuff.
But we would
I wish everybody would come off their high horse on that issue too.
Yeah, but see, this is just completely cut and dry. The WWE people that are still watching the show are defending it, and most of the people that are coming out about this angle are WWE haters. No matter what, like, this is just something for people to jump onto.
Yeah, so it's another reason to hate Vince, and it's another reason to love Vince.
Yeah, like when I saw people there going on about Ric Flair saying that, Reed Flair died, and saying, Vince is already writing a storyline. I don't really see it like that. I see it like, here's an opportunity to give this storyline a great deal of momentum. But we will get to all that stuff. We will go back now to the start of Monday Night Raw. Brian, the John Cena promo, why is it for 11 months of the year, WWE edit the crowd, ignore the crowd, but this Monday night, the Cena suck chants were played up and the boring chants were played up? Is that facing The Rock? Because them chants are there 12 months of the year.
Yeah. Well, I've never heard a boring chant with Cena. Ever.
That was a bad promo, though.
Yeah.
It was a bad... this is not jumping on John Cena, like, because I came out last week and said he actually did okay in that face-to-face with The Rock, but this week, that was boring.
Yeah. Kind of the crowd was about the only good thing on the show.
Yeah, the crowd were hot. The crowd were actually hot. But what did they have to get into? Like, Dolph Ziggler and Daniel Bryan, great match. But I'm after checking it out. This is the 5th time this year on Raw we're after seeing this match. Put that into context. That was the 4th. This is the 4th month of the year, and this is the 5th time we're after seeing this match on Raw.
Yep. And that doesn't include all the times Ziggler faced Kane with Daniel Bryan in the corner and everything else. It's like Jericho Ziggler.
I don't want to get a small bit off the Raw topic here, but I have to ask you, is it no time in WWE with how much things are going here that the reset button has to be hit on a lot of people?
Yeah, it's time to hit the crazy button. So,
because Doc go face, in my opinion, and I don't say that lightheartedly because I think he's a great heel, but he's after facing everybody as a heel.
Yep, and as a face, pretty well. He's fought all the faces and most of the heels. Everyone wants to work with him. He's a modern-day Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, that's it. The reason Dolph Ziggler's kept in this perfect position. Dolph Ziggler will never be shoved down to superstars levels for one reason. They want to keep Dolph Ziggler happy because when they're trying to build somebody up, like they were doing with Sheamus last year, Dolph Ziggler is perfect to constantly put him in with because you're going to get Sheamus over.
Yep.
And we move on then, of course, as talking about Sheamus. The Big Show, Randy Orton and Sheamus took on the three-man band.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, what? Okay, I know I'm like a broken record here, and I'm so sorry for people that listen to our show every week. I just cannot buy that the Big Show has a spot on this WrestleMania card.
Yeah, well, it just seems to me now if you're going into a feud with the Shield, you practice on three-man band. That's another thing I'm getting tired of. It's like, oh, we have to face three people. Oh, we got three-man band. Yeah, we never see the Shield wrestle on Raw.
They had one match on Raw, I think it was, wasn't it? Against Zack Ryder, the Great Khali, and Justin Gabriel. Like, what's happening with Justin Gabriel? Is he heel one week and then a face the next week?
Everyone forgot about him.
Big question.
Life forgot about Justin Gabriel.
Big question. We had the Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Brock Lesnar thing. That was actually okay. But the big
I don't understand why Michaels is involved in that.
Yeah, do you see a screw job? That's the question I was about to ask. Do you see a screw job?
What, like Shawn turns on Triple H?
Because there was big talk of that last year. Because everybody knows it, that Triple H has said this publicly and to friends, that he wants his last match to be against Shawn Michaels. Yeah,
but Shawn's not going to come back.
Would he come back for a match with Triple H next year, WrestleMania 30?
Possible.
Because there is talks in the company that next year they're going to go all out. Apparently, they're going to put a big offer on the table for Austin. Now, just imagine this match, these three matches next year for WrestleMania, and tell me if you will not be intrigued. Triple H and Shawn Michaels for the last time ever. The last time two of them ever get into a ring. Undertaker versus John Cena. And CM Punk versus Austin. If that's the way they're going next year, even I have to admit, as someone that's really losing love with WWE, that would be a pretty much stacked card.
Yeah, and then you got the chance of having Brock versus Rock next year.
But that's your media attraction. I would actually not mind if they put them two guys into the ring together because let them have the media and the part-timers have one match between them.
Yeah.
You know, then they're only taking up 10, 15 minutes, as opposed to this year they're going to be taking up 40 minutes because both of them are on separate matches.
Yep. But I do like what Roy Zambrano said. He cannot wait till WrestleMania this year to watch Rock out there for 25 minutes in 40-degree weather. So if you think he gets blown up now, wait till you see him in 40-degree weather.
Yeah.
Trying not to freeze.
Since you brought up The Rock, we might as well talk about The Rock's candidacy speech, was it? Or was he declaring that he's running for office?
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, I actually think that would be funny if The Rock actually became the president, just to turn around to some dictators in the world and just say, it doesn't matter what you think.
Yeah. And you smell what The Rock is cooking.
And you know the worst thing about it is that WWE wrestling has such a fan base, and the world has gone so crazy that if The Rock ran for presidency, I'm not saying he win, but he would actually take a lot of points off people.
Yeah, let's just hope he runs as a Democrat. So
he probably won
back in office.
He probably won as an independent.
Yeah.
Oh, a bit off topic, and I know we're not supposed to discuss this. I just have to ask this. I was watching Sky News over here today, and we're going on about North Korea. When the fuck did John Kerry become Secretary of State?
About 4 months ago.
That guy is so boring.
Yeah. He's Herman Munster.
He really is so boring. And I know that's going off topic. I just had to bring it up. This guy is just so boring. He has the charisma of Johnny Ace.
Yeah. All right, well, let's get back to Raw. I'm actually out in the cold at the moment. I'm getting prepared for WrestleMania 29. I'm standing in 40-degree weather.
Big question for you. Fandango.
Awesome.
Is this You Can Wrestle chance going to affect him in New York? Because that crowd will be loud when he comes out. Like, let's not put a tooth in this. No matter what they put out there, that crowd's going to be loud on Sunday night.
Yeah, but they're going to do what they want to do. They're not going to do this You Can't Wrestle crap. Because that's mostly the little smart mark audience that basically don't realize that Kurt Hawkins can go in the ring. So,
you know, I actually be honest with you. I hope he does well. I hope he shuts up a lot of people. I really do. And I know people are shocked that we're saying that, and we go in more in depth with our preview show on Friday. But I really hope this guy just shuts a lot of people up.
Yeah, I like Fandango. So
it's not the greatest thing but it's not attempting to be.
Yeah, I just hate the fact he's only getting 10 minutes.
I think it's a lot of pressure for his first match to be at a WrestleMania. I think that's a lot of pressure to pull. Like, I know I'm not an Indian. I know this is not his first match, but his first match is Fandango. At a WrestleMania, it is a lot of pressure because if he stings the joint up, which, let's face it, the most experienced guy in the world could have an off night at WrestleMania. Hell, we could make a list here of some of the best wrestlers of all time that had stinkers at WrestleMania. That happened Sunday. Fandango is in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, because he's going to take the blame for it.
Yeah.
Not Jericho.
Well, apparently news coming out this week is that Jericho is in talks to extend his deal until SummerSlam, which I'm one of these people that if you can get Jericho, because Jericho is a fantastic worker. And when Jericho is with the company, he's with the company. He just won't show up on Monday Night Raw. He will show up on house shows, and he will pull over whoever the fuck you want him to pull over. Case in point, Fandango. Where the fuck is Kofi Kingston, by the way? Is he injured again?
I don't think so. Shit.
Yeah. Well, Evan Bourne is back. You might as well throw him on. No, a topic point that really got people going on Monday night is the news that broke. Well, two really news stories. We start with one and then go to the other. That Tons of Fun and the Funkadellas and versus Team Road Scholars and the Bella Twins will actually be on the actual WrestleMania show, where the Intercontinental title match between Wayne Barr and The Miz will be on the pre-show. Brian, where do you stand on this?
It's a pile of bullshit. The only reason they're doing it is to hype the pre-show. Yeah, and to get the pre-show.
Yeah, because the word said after coming out this week, now yet again we all know this is the internet, you can take it with a grain of salt, but I well believe it, that the only reason the Bella signed back was because they wanted to be guaranteed a WrestleMania match.
Yeah. There's 150 different ways it can go. I like the fact that the Divas title isn't going to be defended.
I feel sorry for Caitlyn, because Caitlyn has had some good matches. She had a good match with Eve Torres. She had a good match with Tamika Snooker. And our match with AJ on SmackDown a couple of weeks ago wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
So I actually feel sorry for Caitlyn that this is the year she's walking in with the Divas title, and the best she can hope for is to end up in the corner of Team Hell No.
Yeah. I've actually seen rumors that they're going to add her and AJ to the tag team match, and if AJ wins, she gets the Divas title, and if, Ziggler or Big E Langston win, they get the tag belt. So.
That actually would be an interesting way to go.
Yeah, but that only works if, AJ is the women's champion. Because, I mean, the champions have everything to lose and nothing to gain in that match. So, other than some retribution, which, I don't know, doesn't count for anything.
And we move on to another talking point that got a lot of people animated on Monday. That was the announcement by Trish Stratus that she wanted Stephanie McMahon to put her into the...
I don't want to even talk about this.
We have to talk about this because it's been a big talking point. Where I stand on this is that I don't think Trish Stratus made this decision. I think she was asked to do it and she just played along. But
Well,
really,
I don't want to sound like a typical angry internet wrestling guy, and I know I get that a lot. But it's becoming a McMahon Hall of Fame. You've got Stephanie inducting Trish. You've got Vince is inducting Donald Trump.
yeah, what happened to all the bullshit the so-called Smart Mark said that, Bruno Sammartino will only go in if he doesn't get face-to-face with Vince McMahon? Apparently the two of them had dinner yesterday.
Yeah, so I don't know. There's no reason why Stephanie and Trish should be inducting,
They had one brief history. They had one brief history around WrestleMania 17. That was the only history these two women had.
Yeah. I mean, I get Vince and Donald Trump. I get that one. Okay, there's not really, unless you're going to bring Bobby Lashley in, anyone in that company that can induct Donald Trump. Maybe Stone Cold, but to use Stephanie for Trish, I mean, bite the bullet. Tell CM Punk he's already bringing Lita with him, so, I mean, she's already going to be there. Just have her induct Trish.
That's the right thing to do, but I was having this debate with people I knew back in 2007. Sorry, not 2007, 2009 about Austin. Austin should have been put into the Hall of Fame by JR, but because Austin was the biggest star of all time, he was put in by Vince, because there's a spotlight. And this Hall of Fame, whether you like it or lump it, or you cannot disagree with this fact, this is the biggest WWE Hall of Fame of all time. It's in Madison Square Garden, and every single person that is going in this year could have main evented their own Hall of Fame.
Except Foley.
I know you don't like him, but you have to admit he could have main evented the Hall of Fame. I don't care what your personal opinions are. I'm not debating that. I'm just saying if he headlined in the Hall of Fame, it would have got a pass.
See, I don't think he is a Hall of Famer, so therefore he's definitely not a headliner.
But that's
we'll say that for we'll say all that for our Hall of Fame preview show.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people are really looking forward to that, because we've teased it back in January that you have a lot to get off your chest about Foley.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into the big talking point, and I have a lot to say about this, and I know Brian does. The Undertaker eviscerated CM Punk is the way they were building it up the whole night.
Mm-hmm.
I have to say, and I don't give a fuck what gets put on the comments here on Facebook, this was one of the best segments in Raw in the last year.
Yeah. It felt like it meant something, and I love how everyone gets mad at CM Punk. Don't you think Undertaker had to agree with it too?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a whole lot of people that had to agree to let that happen. Paul Heyman had to agree. Whoever did the makeup for Paul Heyman had to agree. Vince had to agree. The writers had to agree. CM Punk had to agree. Undertaker had to agree. The family has agreed, and even come back and change their statement that they put out yesterday, so they probably got a couple more dollars. But ultimately, who did it hurt? It got people talking about the show.
Yeah.
And hoping Punk is going to get his ass whooped Sunday at WrestleMania. He said all along, I'm not going in here, for a technical wrestling bout. I'm doing this to get in Taker's head. What better way of doing it than playing this up? Now, had Paul Bearer died like 5 years ago and they put it up, it probably would have gone over a lot easier. But with it being a fresh death, and, that could be, that's the only iffy thing, because it's still fresh.
Yes,
in my opinion.
yes, it's still fresh. Now, my take on this is that it's pro wrestling. It's supposed to happen. You can use that argument, but I'm not going to. My argument is, this is what happens when people keep calling for attitude and to bring it back to TV 14. I'm after hearing this for the last 4 years non-stop. This is definitely the close. Like, I know people are saying, oh, well, back in the Attitude Era, they didn't make fun of deaths. Owen Hart wasn't made fun of. Owen Hart died in the ring. WWE had a lot of stuff going on over Owen Hart's death. There was a lawsuit. The media had their knives out. They could not afford to make fun of Owen Hart's death on television. Eddie Guerrero died of steroids. And if you think that's wrong, I'm sorry, you're an Eddie Guerrero mark. I was an Eddie fan. Eddie died of drug abuse.
Again.
Paul Bear died of natural causes. It was nobody's fault. It's what the Lion King would say, the circle of life. Does that make
it was a morbid gimmick. You know, and the whole gimmick was around death of Paul Bear. That's what I don't get what people are, you know, having conniptions about, you know.
Like, I'm making fun on Facebook with people about 20-1. I don't see Punk winning on Sunday. What I see happening is Undertaker finally slaying CM Punk. And then that's your perfect tribute to Paul Bear. Here's this person that came in, disrespected Paul Bear, and The Undertaker has fought and defended Paul Bear's honor. And you have that, they're going to have that touching moment where Paul Bear's picture will be put up on the Titantron, and it will be such a feel-good moment that, hey, the bad guy has lost. Because everyone keeps giving out, Punk is a bad guy. We're not supposed to be cheering for Punk.
Yeah.
Punk is the bad guy. It's like if you have a problem with what a James Bond villain is doing. It's like if you go into any film about fucking anything and say, well, the bad guy was completely over the top there, I didn't agree with him. You're not supposed to go for the bad guy.
That's like rooting for Bane to kill Batman.
Yeah. I know a lot of people are bringing up about this thing, about Paul Heyman dressing up as Paul Bear. That's needed to happen to get Taker's attention.
Yeah.
You needed something like that, because this match now has so much talk and so much hype going into it that I don't care if it doesn't go on last. This is the main event.
Yeah. Just like all the other CM Punk matches.
This is the only match that I really give a shit about. Like, I'm looking forward to other matches. I'm looking forward to see how the Shield perform. I'm looking forward to see does Del Rio and Swagger have a good match, because I think they're capable, Brian, of having a good WrestleMania match. But this is a match I'm really looking forward to, because the storyline has been right. The acting with the two of them has been right. And, my God, this is what people have been crying out for.
Yep.
This is exactly what people have been crying out for. They've been crying out for an Attitude Era rebirth. And I'm not saying we're going to get an Attitude Era rebirth, but this is the closest we're ever going to get to. And the Attitude Era couldn't live in the day of the internet, in my opinion, anyway, Brian.
Yeah. And we've gone on and on and on in the past about the Attitude Era.
Yeah,
so, I mean, there's nothing more we can say on it.
But what we can agree is that, like, 90% of the people that are bitching and moaning are the same people a year ago saying The Rock and Cena were too fucking tame.
Yeah.
And now that we have a few that they're actually fighting over something that's real, it's intense, it's getting you invested emotionally. Yeah, that's going too close to the bone there, like, you know, that's a bit offensive.
Yeah. I still don't care about Rock and Cena. That's pay-per-view. I really don't.
I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying that these people were complaining about Rock and Cena last year, and now this year, this is too intense.
Yeah, I just saying for the record, I don't care about Cena and Taker, or Cena and Rock, or two
All right.
Electric Boogaloo.
This was the go-home show for WrestleMania 29, and I'm going to go on record as saying that this Raw was an absolute disgrace. Because this is your last Raw before your biggest show of the year, and you can't get attention other than the last 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
All everyone is talking about is the last 10 minutes.
Yep.
That is and like for a pre-WrestleMania Raw to lose ratings from the week before, Brian, that's unheard of. Usually this Raw and next Raw are the two highly watched Raws of the year.
Yeah, we'll have to see how it plays out next Monday.
Well, next Monday will get views no matter what but we'll be back Friday for our WrestleMania preview show, and we will also have a Hall of Fame show on Saturday. I believe the Hall of Fame is not going to be on the USA Network this year until the Tuesday night. I'm not too sure on that.
Yeah, and following the WWE Hall of Fame show, we will immediately release the IWPC Hall of Fame show, which is more important and better scripted.
Yeah, as we will not script anything.
Yep.
Just
it's
like
going to be like the
Punk
Blackjacks inducting. Yeah, it's going to be like the Blackjacks inducting Bobby Heenan.
That was all.
He'll never hear it, never see it.
It is painful because what I've seen of the last couple of Monday Night Raws is people actually going out and trying, but just giving god-awful material to work with. Like, you could have the best actor in the world. Okay, just put it this way. In 2002, and the reason I'm bringing this up is because it was the latest Nostalgia Critic. 2002, Halle Berry put out a brilliant performance in Monster Ball. 3 years later, in Catwoman, she won a Raspberry Award.
I haven't heard the Nostalgia Critic yet.
No, I'm just making the point, is that you could have the best performers, the best wrestlers in the world. If they're given shit material, which most of them are, you can't make gold out of it.
Yeah, that's why I like, God, I don't remember who it was that I read it, was talking about house shows recently. And the house shows, there was nothing scripted. It was just guys going out there and busting their ass in the ring and, you know, playing around on the mic. And, you know, it was more enjoyable than a Raw.
So that was,
you know,
that was the old story, and anyone that watches the CM Punk DVD knows what I'm going on about. Some of the best times CM Punk said he had in the companies when he was in the Straight Edge Society and he got a live mic at a house show.
Yeah. But, folks, that's it for the Raw review. Gerald, what's your grade?
If it wasn't for the last 10 minutes, this would have got an F, but since the last 10 minutes were so epic, I'm going to give this C-.
D, I'm giving it a D-, even with the 10 minutes, because I couldn't save it, and I've seen Raw twice. So, do you want to go ahead and make the announcement now, or do you want to wait until later in the week?
I'm going to make it on the WrestleMania show. I'm going to make it on the WrestleMania show.
Okay. All right, folks. Well, there you have it. Monday Night Raw sucked. Hopefully WrestleMania goes better.
You know what? I'm just going to make a bold prediction here, and I'm actually going to go more in depth about it, the WrestleMania preview show. I think WrestleMania this year is going to be awesome.
I'm really looking forward to that Mark Henry Ryback match.
Oh yeah, we never touched on that.
Of all the non-main event matches, and we'll get into it during the preview show. That's the match I'm looking forward to the most of all the non-main event matches.
So make sure you check this channel Thursday night, Friday morning, because the preview show for WrestleMania will be up then. And of course, the Hall of Fame shows will be up on Saturday. Probably the WWE preview one will go up Saturday morning, and our own one will go up Saturday night. And next week, probably Wednesday again, you're going to have a Raw review. And probably next Thursday, you're going to have the WrestleMania review. So
and like us on Facebook, facebook.com/international podcast.
Take care.
Tell me why I don't like Mondays. Tell me why I don't like Mondays. Tell me why I don't like Mondays. I wanna shoot the whole day down. Tell me why I don't like Mondays. Tell me why I don't like Mondays. Tell me why I don't like Mondays. I wanna shoot the whole day down.